Well, this is it. We're at the summit. Clear up the summit. Mountaintop of my fantasy playlist, October 1st, 1995. At number 1, a standard from the 90s. Up from number 2 the previous week. Deep Blue Something with Breakfast at Tiffany's. October 1st, 1995. Remember watching the video. Oh God, it was hot rotation on MTV and VH1. This video, Breakfast at Tiffany's by Deep Blue Something. It would be their only hit. I believe it was their only hit. And seemed like I remember, I might be confusing it with another. Actually, I take that back. They did Halo. Halo was a beautiful record. God, awesome. Hitline was all over that. Powerful record. I believe it was done by Deep Blue Something, Halo. But let's get to this record. Gotta finish up these videos as it is 1:10 in the morning here in Tuscaloosa. Deep Blue Something formed in 1991. Two brothers, Todd and Toby Pipes. They added a guitar player and a drummer. In 1992, they met a guy. His name was Louis Bickel. He ran an independent record company called Doberman Records. They became friends. And Bickles said, "Man, you guys are cool. You guys got talent. You guys sound good." And the group members said, "We're trying to make a debut CD. We want to make a debut CD, but we just don't have the money. No funds. I mean, we're just out of luck." And Bickle told them, "Look, I tell you what, I'll finance the CD. You record the CD and I'll pay for it. I'll take care of it. $3,000 is what it cost to make the debut CD called 11th Song, and Breakfast at Tiffany's was on that CD. Then they released another CD off an independent, it was their second CD off another independent label. I believe it was called Brando or Brand. And it was called Home. Their second CD was called Home. Breakfast at Tiffany's was re-recorded and put on that album. And that album was re-released. It was released by Interscope Records, a big record label. And the song blew up, Breakfast at Tiffany's. Went to number 5 here in the States. Went to number 1 in England. It does sound like a British record. They do sound kind of like a British group. Little wonder, number 1 in England and in Scotland. Deep Blue Something, Breakfast at Tiffany's. Song written by, I believe it was Todd Pipes, or it might have been Toby Pipes. One of the Pipe brothers wrote this record. And by the way, Deep Blue Something, they were originally known as Leper Messiah, a term that they got from David Bowie's Ziggy Stardust. And that wraps it up. Number 1 on my fantasy playlist, Breakfast at Tiffany's, Deep Blue Something. The next fantasy playlist coming up, and this one's worse for wear, no doubt about it. Ink spots all over it. But still, fantasy playlist of 11th of November 6, 2005. I'll be counting that one down starting in a couple of nights on my second Millennium channel, YouTube channel. So there it is. Hope you enjoyed the countdown of this fantasy playlist of October of 1995. I hope it's meaningful to you, particularly if you grew up in the 90s. 90s was a pretty good decade. Not as good as the 60s, though. The 60s rules. They still rule to this day. But the 90s was a pretty good decade. So it is. Well, take care of yourself, and I'll see you on the next countdown.